Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Object 140. The big tier 10 Russian medium tank, one of the most favourite tanks and preferred tanks at tier 10 Clan Wars. And this is a double shot of big tier 10 Russian action with featuring the Objective 140. The first game is being played by Ravi, 18 from Crazy Clan, and he's platooned up with Elite Commando, who's sent me quite a few videos in the past, as well as his old mate Akasha 178, also from Crazy Clan, and they're playing on airfield. And only four tier 10 tanks on both sides, which is pretty handy when you're top tier. There's only 4 top tiers on the enemy side. You can pick up some damage. Looking for a shot on that T-54, which is T-54 doing the right thing and getting out of the way of that big Russian gun. Everyone's saying hello to each other in the clan chat, which is awesome. In the clan chat, in the in-game chat, and Ravi getting to the central peninsula area, if you like, to do a little bit of spotting for his team, and also try to get some damage. This is the T-54 twice. Takes a shot from the 50B, who's sniping from the back line by the looks of it. Ravi just looking for some opportunities to dish out a little bit of damage to the enemy side. You can see that a lot of enemy tanks in the central part where the heavies normally go, and that's where Elite Commando and Akasha are playing in their top tier heavies. Ravi on the other side is doing the normal medium thing, I guess, on the ridge lines of the little peninsula on airfield. And he's looking for some shots in that T-54, but the T-54 proving to be a little bit elusive and keeping his tank hidden, which is probably the right thing to do when you're faced with a big tier 10 Russian medium tank like the Object 140, and of course tanks on the side, providing a bit of support down by the water on the south. Ravi's only put 1 shot of damage in, but it's early days, just looking for an opportunity to flank these tanks and find out where they are. Looks like the Tiger 2 on the enemy side is pushing by the water with some help from the top tier E5. Sorry, that's not the top tier E5, that's the tier 6 E5, the new Patriot premium American tank, heavy tank. And looks like the Mutts and the T-54 are pulling out of that engagement to the south. Russian gun depression showing itself there, but he does get a shot into the T-54. And looking at the minimap, a lot of tanks in that central heavy area, including, of course, as I said earlier, Elite Commando and Akasha 178. And Ravi just looking for some opportunities to dish out a bit of damage. Looks like he's going to go and help the Mutts now. The Mutts lucky enough to be still on full health, but looks like they might be getting pushed on by the Tiger 2 as well as the IS-3. Very popular tier 8 tank, the IS-3. But while that IS-3 was focused on the Mutts, Ravi gets a shot into his lower plate and also gets a shot into the Tiger 2. Does take a shot in return, and that IS-3's looking, who he's looking at? He's looking at those other medium tanks that are up on the hill. And Ravi really doesn't want to risk his health, even though it's only a tier 8 heavy tank here. It's got a pretty handy gun. Lights the Tiger 2 on fire, which is very handy indeed, but the fire extinguisher does the job as he puts another shot into the IS-3. Brings the IS-3 down to a 1 shot, and he picks up his first kill. The score's 2-3, and now he's got to focus on this Object 416. Very easy to do when you're top tier. It looks like he might have set that 416 on fire. Is he doing the fire missions? No, he's not. And now he's going to bully this Tiger 2 and try and take him out of the game before focusing on the other tanks, which are pretty high health. He picks up his 3rd kill, Ravi, and now he's going to focus on that Patriot, the new American heavy tank at tier 8. The T-26 E5, which he gets rid of him, bounces some shots from him, which is handy. As you can see, he's got about half his health left old Ravi, but he's picked up 4 kills, 3,669 hit points of damage, which is pretty cool. It looks like he's gotten rid of those tanks that are on the southern side with the help of the Mutts, and the Object 432 is coming into the game as well. And so now he's going to try and flank those heavy tanks and help his mates out, Elite Commando and Acacia, who they haven't been lucky enough to pick up any kills yet, but I'm sure they've been dishing the damage out in that central heavy part of the map on airfield. And as he's driving up there, he'll be looking at the makeup of the enemy side as Acacia takes out the Batchat, a very handy one to get rid of, and he's going to try and flank them from a different angle. There's an M103 there, which he needs to show the M103 a little bit of respect. Even though it's a tier 9, it's a pretty heavily armoured heavy tank, as well as looks like it's a Tiger 2 T-34B in a very unusual position. He's trying to get up this little ridge line, spot whoever might be camping around this area before flanking this M103. See, the M103's on 618 hit points. Now he's not. Acacia's taken him out, and now they're comfortably leading 10-5. AMX-50B looks like he's been spotted by Ravi, but Ravi's also been spotted. He's on full health, but he's not anymore. And now Ravi just wants to go to town on him. Looks like the 50B's focusing on the Mutts, and he's taken the Mutts out of the game. But Ravi's going to keep chipping away at him, and he's just hoping that that 50B might be halfway through a reload, which would be pretty handy. Acacia picks up another kill, picks up his 4th kill, taking out the 5th kill, taking out the 1390 and the T54 Mod 1. They're very handy tanks to shoot at, tier 8 tanks. When you're in a tier 10, it's generally pretty easy damage. So he gets a shot into the tier 9 Waffle. 50B looks like he's aiming somewhere else yet again, and Ravi gets a very nice side shot into him before Elite Commando picks up his first kill of the game, taking out the tier 10 French heavy tank. And now it's just time to take apart this tier 9 Waffle, and Elite Commando does it, making it 11 kills between them. As we have a look at the post-game battle results, it's a first class. It's not an ace tanker, but it's a first class, and it's not a bad result at all. First class mastery badge, bruiser, duelist, fighter, and fire for effect, and of course the high caliber for doing the most damage in the one game. 5,566 hit points of damage for our mate Ravi, 18 from Crazy Clan. And of course, looking at the other tanks, of course his platoon mates more than did their job as well. Elite Commando picked up 4,500, and Acacia just under 3,000 for his 5 kills. Not a bad result at all from Ravi and his mates from Crazy Clan. He also blocked 1,460 damage, not bad at all, in a medium tank. And of course the Russian medium tanks, they can be pretty handy as far as their armour goes, and it can generally bounce quite a few shots in them. Looking at the detailed report, handy profit too, with a premium account, 42,000 credits bottom line, and you're never going to complain about that at tier 10. Fired 23 shots, 20 hits, so pretty accurate shooting, and 18 of them did damage. He only bounced 2 shots, but a pretty good game there from Ravi, 18 from Crazy Clan, and that platoon comprehensively carried that game. As we move on to the second game in this double shot of tier 10 action, featuring the Object 140, it's our old mate MatchyHK again from DPX Clan, and he's platooned up again this time with his good mates from DPX and Pyro, Cannonball and SVBB. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name, SVBB. Maybe it stands for something, or maybe it's, who knows. Anyway, MatchyHK and his Object 140 is on Siegfried line. It's a normal battle, and they're not stuffing around. He's going to get straight into the action, our mate MatchyHK, and he's looking at that grill. Grill didn't present himself as a target, and that grill is playing very, very aggressively indeed. Now Matchy's platoon mates in the E5 and the new-ish Czech tier 10 tank, the TVP. Now he put a shot into that Ferdinand. That Ferdinand looked like it was facing the wrong way, or maybe it's my bad eyesight, who knows. But Matchy's picked up 1 shot of damage, and as he goes for a shot into that E100, the IS-3 got in the way, and lucky enough IS-2. I don't think he caused any damage to the IS-3. Oh, he might have. I'm not sure. We'll find out at the end. IS-3 puts a shot into the big German E-100. And Matchy not lucky enough to penetrate him. He's angled reasonably well, that E-100, but it looks like he might have over-angled just a little bit. And the Russian turret bounces a shot from the E-100 as the T-44 gets taken out of the game by the artillery. Now Matchy knows that his reload's going to beat the E-100 more than once. He puts one shot into his turret, puts in another one, bounces another shot from the E-100. 750 damage bounced twice. That's massive against the big German heavy tank. Gets a shot into the side of his turret, takes the big German out of the game, and they're winning 2-1. That's his first kill. And Matchy's just looking around the central part of the town. You can see that the enemy's probably gone into the town because the enemies do have a lot of heavy tanks, and Matchy wants to put some damage into them. The grill sort of overcommits there, and Matchy gets a shot into him. But I don't think he's going to do it twice. As the IS-3 tries to make the most of that gap between the buildings, Matchy's going to relocate and see if he can flank something. See if he can find something, make something happen around here and get some damage in. Shoots the IS-3. Looks like one of his platoon mates might have put a big shot into that IS-7, I think it looked like. Gets another shot into the IS-3. Bounces a shell from the IS-3. I reckon he's a pretty big contender for the steel wall already in this replay. Remember, he's bounced those two shots from the big E-100's derp gun as well. Now the IS-7's giving him a bit of attention. He might be trying to bait a shot. He does put a shot into Matchy, but Matchy takes another tier 10 tank out of the game, getting rid of the Russian IS-7, which is another tank which I'm really looking forward to buying. Now with all this thing that's being happening, it's still an even ball game at 3 apiece. The enemy have lost 2 tier 10 tanks, and Matchy's side have only lost a couple of tier 8 tanks, 3 tier 8 tanks. So you'd imagine that the advantage might be in Matchy's court, as he's having a look at that IS-4. He wants to get rid of that IS-4, but he's loading premium ammunition just for that, because the IS-4 is well known as being a pretty well armoured tank. But the IS-4 shoots. Is Matchy going to take the opportunity? That is SVBB takes the honours, gets rid of the IS-4 as Matchy puts another shot into the IS-3, the tier 8 popular Russian heavy tank. It's 4-3 is the score, and 3 of the kills on Matchy's side have all been done by him and SVBB from Pyroclan. And they're looking at finding out where they are. Looking at the mini-map, it looks like most of the enemy tanks were last spotted in this area, in the northeast corner of the city, and that's why Matchy's trying not to overcommit. He doesn't want to get shot by more than one gun at once. He really doesn't want to go into all of those. Even though some of them are only tier 8s, they can all do damage. It's the new French tier 8 Liberté premium tank, well, 2 of them, as well as, of course, the VK4502B at tier 9, the German, and the big grill, who is lit just to match his left, and he'd dearly like to get rid of the last remaining tier 10 tank as he puts a shot into the Oho, the big Japanese tank, which is as big as a tank. It's enormous. There is artillery in this game, and you'd imagine the artillery would be looking at that Oho and licking his lips, saying, "There's the biggest target in the world. I'll gladly take some of that tank's hit points." As Matchy chips away again into another IS-3. And even though Matchy's done over 4,000 hit points of damage, and him and SVBB have picked up 3 kills between them, it's still an even ball game at 5 apiece. And now they're actually down by a tank, losing 2 tanks in quick succession. The Jag and KV4. Still got a decent amount of health, our Matchy, and just looking for some more opportunistic shots. Doesn't want to overcommit, as I said before. Looking at where his teammates are, you've got the heavy tanks over here. You've got a few back, a bit of a backup here, but if he goes too far forward, he'll be out of range of his teammates. As he takes out the grill, picking up 3 tier 10 kills, 3 out of the 4 tier 10 tanks that were on the enemy side, Matchy's killed. And now he's tracked and damaged that VK-45-02B, the very heavily armoured tier 9 German heavy tank. And looks like the T-44 may have lit up those sniping French premium tanks. SVBB from Pyro gets taken out of the game. Matchy's picks up his 4th kill. That's 3 tier 10 kills plus a tier 9. You can't complain about that at all. And as he goes to put a shot into the Liberty tank, it gets taken out by Artie. And then the enemy Artie takes out the CDC, another French premium tank, as Matchy is going, looking for the last remaining AMX M449 Liberté, who is on full health. Looks like he's been sniping from that hill all game, as well as the Scorpion G, the tier 8 Scorpion G, which gets taken out by Cannonball. Puts one shot into the Liberty tank. Also looking at the Ferdinand will be a nice easy kill. He picks up his 5th kill, and now it's time to run rings around this French premium tank. Gets him down to 289 hit points. Is this enough for the top gun? One more shot, he does. He picks up the top gun, 6 kills, 6,484 hit points of damage. That's not bad at all. And now he's looking at that artillery, but the artillery gets taken out by the T-44-100 as Matchy goes hunting, searching for the tier 8 French light tank. The AMX 1390 is such a popular tank at tier 8, but he's going to struggle against these last remaining 6 tanks. Looking at the mini-map, it doesn't look like Matchy's going to get anywhere near that 1390. Cannonball's going wide to try and catch him and kill him, but the Artie, noob never dies. What an awesome name that is. The Artie picks up the kill and confirms the win, and it wasn't a bad game at all from our mate MatchyHK from DPX Clan, picking up the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, and of course the Top Gun. And look at all those tanks that he damaged. That's just about the whole enemy side. As we look at the second page of the post-game battle results, 6,783 hit points of damage, 6 kills for his Top Gun, gives him a base experience of 13-17, which is a little ripper of a game. Only took 1 hit point of damage off that IS-3 that he accidentally shot at the start of the game, but I think he just tracked him. Cannonball had a pretty good game too, 3,500 hit points of damage, and SVBB 3,000 damage in his E5, the big American heavy tank. Not a bad game at all, and a handy profit at tier 10, 47,000 credits with a premium account. Bottom line profit after he paid for his ammunition and repairs and all that kind of stuff. Didn't need to fire too much premium ammunition because there wasn't many enemy top tier tanks in that game. But all in all, an awesome game from Ravi18 from Crazy Clan and MatchyHK from DPX, featuring the ever popular tier 10 Russian medium tank, the Object 140. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replays. Ravi and Matchy, take care, and I'll see you all next time.